Hey people, Sylvius here. So we are here to do, I guess, the second part of my behind the scenes series that I did. Got a new, I guess you can't actually see it at the moment, huh? Yeah, you can't. Got a new background. Put my logo for my Tibia page up there. That's kind of interesting there. Anyway, so yeah, here we are. We're going to do the next one. So last time I kind of showed the work that goes into making the video in the first place, like everything that needs to be set up, setting up the buttons and everything and whatnot. Now I'm going to showcase the post work. So here we have, I'm going to actually minimize that because that doesn't need to stay up. And this here is the list of my recordings. So currently, at the time I'm recording this, video number 97, which would be Leaf episode 69, I think. Should be Leaf episode 69, is my most recent video. The Cubes shot, number 98, is actually already uploaded onto YouTube. At least I'm pretty sure of that factoid, and I'm going to double check. Yes, in fact it is. Let me pull that back up. The 99 Assassin Outfit Quest, the 10 or 100 Bone Lord Cave Liberty Bay, Project G Episode 5, the Gorma Top Down, are not up yet. And you can see the thing that's currently being recorded right now. So the first stage is, and my mouse just wigged out, that was a little weird, is my last video that I made, which would have been episode 10, or video 103, I should say, which is Gorma Bottom Up. Is split into three parts here. G first part, G hunt, and G finale. The hunt and first part were split because I was going to try to make a second video in the middle of it, but that didn't work out so well. And then the finale was because I forgot to put my loop pickup. So we're going to run these on the editor. Express edit. I was just checking my volume. I panicked for a second. So this is the Express editor. My mouse is actually wigging out kind of a decent amount right now. It's a little weird. So right now we pulled up the first part, and then I'm going to pull up the hunt part, and you just do it right like this. Scroll down, G hunt, and it puts it automatically at the after the first one. At this point, nothing needs to be done. You can actually see as I'm scrolling what's happening. There was a little bit of a jump because I moved one spot, but that's it, and then we go along with the video. If I needed to cut a part, I could cut a part, and that just splits these two segments, so I could delete this segment if I wanted to. Now that segment is deleted, and now the video goes like this. Boop, teleport. We're going to undo that, of course. Cutting them doesn't actually do anything, it's the deleting them. So that's how, if somebody walked into my room, for instance, and started speaking to me, how I could deal with that situation. I could just cut that part out. And then we need the finale. So you can see this video is coming up to around 46 minutes. Well, 46 minutes, and it looks like 28 seconds or something like that. That's all that needs to be done to splice the parts together. Besides, obviously, exporting it. So that's the next step. We export it. Saving it saves the project where I was working on it. It does not actually save it as a video, so we need to export the new video. So this will be 103.003 G. What did I call the old ones, actually? I did spell it. Gorma Bottom Up. And then that'll save. It will take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, though, we're going to go on to the next step. So the next step is, and I'm actually going to have to pause the recording for a second in the middle of it. That percentage is going pretty slow. Now, I can get these up on YouTube two different ways. One way is to just use this interface here. Click that button, and if it would load, and it's being an idiot right now, there you go. This would load it up to YouTube for me, and I can kind of switch stuff, I can put it in the different categories, or I can make it unlisted or private or whatever. I used to use that, and I stopped using it because it would, especially for the longer and larger videos, it would routinely, and this was all sorts of annoying, by the way, it would routinely time out the connection at 80% or something like that. And it would happen more often when I minimized the screen and was doing other things on my computer. So the easier way to do that is to right click here and hit open file location. But I'm going to pause real quick because I don't want to mess with things while that is saving. So I'm going to real quick pause the recording and we'll come back once that's finished. Okay, so file is now made. It doesn't say save anymore, so we can safely close this. It's going to ask me if I want to save. I don't, because I don't care about the project. I'm sorry, it's going to save. It's going to ask me if I'm sure I want to continue. And you can see we now have video 103 Gorma bottom up here. It's 46 minutes and 28 seconds long, and it's 3.8 gigs. Worth mentioning, each time I splice parts together, they create like a new entity on my computer. So the parts equal 3.8 gigs, and then the finale, or the final product, is also 3.8 gigs. So I have two 3.8 gig things on my computer right now. Which actually, if we go to my PC real quick, we'll see that I have 5.84 gigs left. But anyway, so here we are. This is now, if you'll open file location, we'll see here's where the Assassin Outfit quest is. So we're going to pull up YouTube. We're going to close that because I was double checking that. And then this is a slightly irrelevant thing. So we're going to close that actually too. And we'll hit leave. It always likes to give you a warning. Now we're going to open up the upload button. And the upload screen just looks like this. And you click and drag. It's actually that simple. Now, while we're letting the Assassin Outfit upload, we're going to look at my last ice cubes. That should have been shot, by the way, not shot. Just throwing that out. Now, so we're going to edit that, but we're also going to, and I have, just on a side note, I have the my mouse wheel as a push to open up in new tab, in case anybody's wondering how I'm doing that. So we'll edit that. Now, because I have done this ice cube crap before, we're going to search for ice cube, which should bring me up one of my sculpting ice cube failures videos. So we can pull one of those up, and I'll just open that with things. So going back here, we've got basic info, translations, monetization, and advanced settings. Translations, because I don't speak any other languages, I don't do anything on. Advanced settings has a whole bunch of advanced settings that I don't touch either. We do turn ads on. You can see down here I've got display ads, skippable ads. There's a bunch of things I can do. I leave it to the default, which gives you sponsored things, a skippable video ad at the beginning, and overlay ads that pop up. I can put a video at the end, an ad at the end of the video, and I can also interrupt the video with ads in the middle. I don't do any of that, though. So the first thing here we need to do is we need to go back to this one. And I just copy that right into there, and then I change the text. So, failing at sculpting ice cubes for the third time. And I like to have all of my words capitalized because I'm crazy like that. And there we go. So that's that. Now, these are the tags down here. You can see I don't have any at the moment. I also like the ones that they give you as examples. They give you examples of Albert Einstein, Flying Pig, and Mashup. Normally, and actually I need to talk about something else real quick. You'll see a couple of this weird reddish symbol that's actually kind of hard to understand what it is. You see it there, you'll see it there, you'll see it here, and up here, and here. And even on this page, you'll see it in places like this. That is a Chrome extension, I think. I think it's unique to Chrome. I'm sure there's a variant for other browsers. But it's a browser extension, and it's called TubeBuddy, and it works. It's a thing I downloaded. It works within YouTube to give me some extra functionality and stuff like that. There is a paid variant of it that gives you more functionality. I just don't use the paid variant, and I use the free variant. So normally this copy, sort, suggest, explore, and translate crap would not be there, in fact. And if I wanted to transfer these over, I would have to manually type them and be like, lol, and then comma finishes the tag. So like, lol, tibia, this is dumb, and so on. Luckily, TubeBuddy, which is one of the reasons why I got TubeBuddy, actually, just lets me copy crap. Bam. How simple was that? All right. And I copy that to my little description. I put Patreon up at the top, hoping that people will click on it. Hint, hint. And then my Twitter and Facebook are down at the bottom. And then I type in some text. So we go. Third time I've made this video and failed again. Even with the Colors of Magic stuff going on. Yeah, now I get to wait until March to try again. So that's done. Now, when I upload through YouTube, it defaults them into unlisted, but when I get to this page, it tries to put them onto public. So I just go to unlisted so we can save here real quick. You saw I already did the monetization. Now, it provides me with 3 different thumbnails. I can pick whichever one I like. The first one it gave me looks perfectly fine, so I'm going to stick with that one. Now we're going to go over to annotations. Now, and I'm actually going to, this will start playing immediately. So we pause it. We're also going to go to annotations over here. Now, it's going to ask me if I want to save, and I didn't change anything I care about, so no, we're not going to save. And we'll again pause. What level I was in that one? 160? You can see here my little buttons, and there's nothing there. If you go to this one, you can see there's a little box over them. Those are the annotations that actually make my little buttons into buttons. Again, before TubeBuddy, I had to do this manually each time I do a video. So I'd go add annotation, spotlight, I drag it over my channel, and I turn it gray. Oop, that was actually the wrong one. I would turn it that color. There we go. And then that makes it invisible again. So I would do that, and I put another one over the Tibia playlist, so I'd make a third one, and then for the previous video, and another one for subscribe. The links in them are actually just down here, and they're the actual links from the thing. So like if I wanted to make this connect to a different playlist for some reason, I would just go to that playlist and take it out of the menu bar. Back in the day, before I had TubeBuddy, I would have to make those 4, and then I'd copy and paste them from over here. Luckily, that's not a thing I have to do anymore, because that was a huge pain, by the way. So we're actually going to go back, and we're going to go to Info and Settings, which is this page here. We're going to go back to Videos, because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to go to our latest Sylvius video, which has been a while, in fact. Oh, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, Marika the Slaughterer on September 13th. And then the TubeBuddy thing has a bulk copy annotations too. And then I copy my little video URL right there. And we go like this. Select all 4 of them. Sometimes I put a video up. In fact, the video that we edited on the Express editor, for instance, will have a thing towards the end. I'll put an annotation up that's like, stay tuned, because I did put the loot pick data up. So I'll obviously not copy that annotation when I go to copy annotations. And then the easiest way to do this is just to post the URL. I could also do a full list, but that takes a really long time to load, especially when you have 753 videos. So yeah, we just go continue here. It will load the video up if there's any problems. This doesn't normally take this long. This is actually surprising. Huh. That's somewhat rare. Keep in mind, too, as we wait for that to finish loading, that's really never happened before. As the video uploads, it then has to be processed, which is like formatting it to YouTube and stuff like that. I don't believe you can actually view the video. Yeah, we're processing the video. Check back later. When this hits 100, the video will be viewable to anybody that has the URL, because it's an unlisted video right now. However, YouTube processes the videos, their resolutions, in reverse order. So the lower resolutions get like designed first. So even after this hits 100, you won't be able to watch the video in high def for at least like another 10 or 15 minutes. I feel like YouTube is just breaking right now, or possibly my internet, which is kind of annoying to a huge extent. Let's try this again. This does in fact happen sometimes, by the way, and when it happens, there we go. I just don't put any videos up until it fixes itself. Although that particular problem had never happened before. So now the annotations are copied over. So if we go back into this, you'll see that the annotations now exist. I always copy them from the most recent video because occasionally like the boxes get enlarged a little bit or moved a little bit. So if I copied the annotations from an older video, they might not fit perfectly. Now the other thing though is that Marique the Slaughterer one, which was... I just went right past it. We'll actually open that up real quick so we can look at it. The previous video was the Traveling Trader Rashid finale, which is that right there. So that's what got copied. So in this video, if you clicked on this right now, it would not take you to Leaf episode 69, it would take you to the Traveling Trader. So we actually need to go scroll up, go open up Leaf, copy that URL, and we're done with this, so we can just close that now. And then we just paste that into that. And we hit save, and we hit apply changes. And then we're done with the annotations. Now, the one thing I do in some of my videos is I add polls, and that's done through cards. So you hit add a card, and you hit a poll, and then it looks like this. Poll question, and then you would type in your choices. But we're obviously not doing that. So we're back to info and settings. Everything's set up on this. It's good to go. It's good to go live. It's monetized. It's got a name. It's got a description, tags, annotations are set. We go public. This is a Tibia video, so we just type that. I type in something here. This pops up when people see it on their like feeds and stuff like that. I type in one day, and we hit publish. So that's the end of things on the YouTube side. We come over here to Twitter. We tweet it out. I tried and failed to sculpt ice cubes. There was also a shout out for Damon in this. And then we go hashtag let's play and hashtag Tibia. I basically don't really know how... I'm a novice at Twitter, so I don't know if I just made that like stupid and everything like that. I don't know if I'm using the appropriate hashtags or anything. Who cares though? And then we tweet. So the tweet was sent out. Now we go to Patreon. We post. Paste the URL. You will see, well, if I had changed whatever the thumbnail would have been, you would have seen the changed thumbnail, but I didn't. And we copy this. And we're finished here, so we can go back to the videos. And we type this into Patreon. Now I'm gonna pause the video real quick because no reason to like watch as I type this. So I'll pause real quick. And we're back. Okay, so I just typed in, even with a 900% increase, I still fail. My luck sucks. I actually made this video earlier too, using even more ice cubes, and failed in that one too. That video will never see the light of day since there were audio issues. And again, thanks to Damon for supporting me on Patreon. Sometimes I type more than this. The idea here is that I type in, like, you know, my thoughts on the video afterwards or things, anything that I think of, but I didn't actually say in the video. So for anybody who's actually interested in more insights, it's worth reading what I actually post on these Patreon things. In fact, the whole idea for this behind-the-scenes things was because in one of my Leaf videos, I was typing about all the like effort that goes into putting the videos live, and I was like, why am I typing this? I should just make a video for it. And I did. So after that, we post it. It's posted, or it will be in a second. Posted. There we go. And the next thing I have is, and this is a recent addition, is that I started keeping a list of kind of what I do in my videos. Because I know in a couple of my Leaf videos, I've been like, oh, I'll put a poll up here, and then I forget about it by the time the poll goes up. I also have a tendency to say things like, I don't know if I've said this before, because I don't remember what I actually spoke of in my thing. So now I'm keeping a list of specific things that I speak about in my videos and stuff like that, and what happened in them. So you can see my most recent one that I actually filled out the information for was the Project G one. So Also, I like that the Project G one ended up being binary. But yeah, so I go the date. Technically, this video was made yesterday. And we go 002. And this would be Goroma, fire from the earth, from the top, made it down almost to the bottom, couldn't go further, failed to tame. And then we'll go for today's, which is now actually the second, and we go 003, and Goroma, fire from the earth, from the bottom. Started at the bottom level from Ramoa, tamed successfully. And I spell everything wrong because I don't know how to spell. That's why there's spell check. There's less that I type in for these for the more like generic Sylvius ones, but more where I like talk randomly about things in my Leaf videos and whatnot. So that's like the last thing, and then yeah, so like the video's live, everything else is good. That video's now good, and we just go on to the next one. So that's basically how the whole process works. So I don't know. Thought that was pretty interesting. Alright, that's it, people. So like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Check out on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and I will see you folks later.